you begin to question everything. Like, you're not taking anything at face value anymore. So if somebody says the sky is blue, I'm like, let me consult my spirit guides, because that don't sound right. Like, if you are new here, my name is Elle from IntuitiveAsElle. I do pick a card, talk about astrology, and do other spiritually related videos. So if that is your jush, go ahead and drop down. Hit that subscribe button and hit that post bell notification, so whenever I post a video, they let you know what's up so that you can know what's up. Alright? So today I'm bringing you guys a video talking about 5 things about Ascension that I would have liked to know beforehand. Before going through it. Now, if you don't know what Ascension is, I'm gonna tie spiritual awakenings with Ascension, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know right now that it is a distinction. From what I gather from the situation, your first spiritual awakening is considered an ascension, but you have several ascensions, so it's not to be okay. Let me back it up, because I know y'all are like, what? Let me back it up. I heard somebody say what? Okay. So what a spiritual awakening is basically a period in which it's like a spiritual rebirth. Like, you're shedding your old self to embrace this new, positive, more energetic being. Okay, so during a spiritual awakening, your chakras expand. Your chakras elevate and open up, balance out. Your aura expands, and DNA is activated. All that positive, happy stuff. Okay, an ascension, which you have several ascensions throughout your life, I would consider a spiritual awakening an ascension, because basically an ascension is just like an upgrade. So when you have your spiritual awakening, which I feel like you have one spiritual awakening, when you have your spiritual awakening, technically you're upgrading out of your old dusty self and into a new, higher vibrational being. So that is an ascension. But then you later on, you have several different ascensions. Like, I mean, once you do your spiritual awakening, that's not it. We're constantly changing, we're constantly evolving, we're constantly getting better. Or at least if you're doing it right, you should constantly, be transforming and stuff. Not to diss you if you are not doing it right. Nothing's wrong with that. We all have our own processes. But you're going to have several different ascensions even after you get the first one. Like, it's not one and done. It's literally, you have, like, you did the main one, and then, something may happen and you might need to upgrade again. That's the type of thing it is. That's what this whole video is about. Basically, 5 things about my spiritual awakening or my ascension, whichever one resonates with you after I gave that definition, that they didn't tell me about. I did a heck of amount of research on this stuff, and they still did not tell me everything. So I'm going to put you guys up on game, so y'all don't have to find out like I did, and it's going to be a good time. That I am in no way hating on my ascension process, just because I love descending. I love my spiritual awakening. I am so I am a happier person in general because I went through my spiritual awakening. I just want to push you guys up on game, because there was a lot of stuff that they did not tell you about, you did not know, and it just caught me off guard. The first thing that I hated about awakening or ascension, whatever, that they did not tell me, that nobody says anything about, is the spiritual flue or the vibrational flue, whichever one. They both kind of mean the same thing. And basically all it's saying is that as you are ascending, or you're becoming this new being, your body is elevating. Like I said, when you're going through an awakening, your chakras open up, your aura expands, and all DNA is activated. So it's basically like a muscle. Like, when you work out, your body is You basically have to tear that muscle. Anybody that's working out knows that to get muscle, you have to tear the muscle you already have. It sounds so painful, but that's what happened naturally. That's why you're sore after working out. You basically strain and tear that muscle, and then it grows back, and when it grows back, it's thicker, it's stronger. So having an awakening is kind of like that. It's kind of your body is having to adjust to a new reality. So it kind of has to like tear itself down to rebuild itself up. Now, it's not a painful thing. I'm not, with the workout analogy, I don't want to make it seem like it's painful, because it's not painful. At least not that part of the process. The part that I'm talking about right now. Like, that part of the process is not painful. We're talking about the flu right now, or the physical manifestations right now. So what's happening once again is that your body is, right now we're living in a 3D world. So, you walk outside, you're in the 3D world. Well, the spiritual realm, the things that you can't see, ghosts and stuff, they live in the 4D realm, and then the 5D realm is kind of like where we're elevating to get to. Basically, when your body is having to adjust to that new vibrational being. Like, if you think about dimensions, you got 3D, and then it's laid on top of the 4D and then the 5D. Like, I look at them all as they're, like, of course, we want to think of it like it's like a heaven and hell situation, where it's like we got 3D, and then all the way up in the sky is heaven, and then all the way down here is hell. And it's like, no. I think that the different dimensions are layered on top of each other, and they're all happening at the same time. So, when you're going through ascension, or you're spiritually awakening or whatever, you're accessing information. Your body is getting used to the other dimensions. So it's going to have to, and you're accessing information from those other dimensions. So it's going to basically have to upgrade itself so that it can handle the different vibrations. And so how that comes is what I said, the spiritual flu, or the vibrational flu. And it's basically, it feels like an actual flu, like you have, and I have to look down at this because honestly, I'm not somebody that gets sick, so I don't even know standard flu. I'm sorry, I don't even know standard flu symptoms. So you have discomfort, aches, headaches, bursts of energy, shift in moods, unusual sleep patterns, and then intense dreams. And then if you're like me, I also started cultivating my metaphysical gifts. So I started having issues with like my third eye opening and all of that crap. And so I would have like eye blurriness, dizziness, and then I started getting heart palpitations, which is basically letting you know that it's because your heart chakra is healing and expanding and opening up and stuff like that. So, and just a lot of physical crap that sucks is they don't tell you about it. And I could do a whole video on the different type of symptoms that come with a spiritual awakening. If you want me to, just go ahead and drop down in the comment section, let me know, and I'll make a whole video dedicated just to all the physical ailments that I had during my spiritual awakening. I say do some research. Just type in spiritual flu, because trust me, it'll pop up. Several articles will pop up. I guess I just didn't realize how physical it was. Like, there is information out there about it. The second thing that they don't tell you about is how painful the actual process is. Now, if you're like me, when you scroll on Instagram, or if you meet somebody, like, I don't know what you got going on, but if you meet somebody and they're a spiritual being, they're all, oh, it's love and light, it's beautiful, it's beautiful. And it's like, it is beautiful, but the process itself, like, it's basically like going through hell to get to the beauty. Nobody really talks about the fact that some people, and I won't say all, because I don't think it's all, but some people, their spiritual awakening is typically triggered by something. It's not just you wake up. Now, I do think that there are some people that they said something small triggered them. I don't know, so you can't quote me on that. But for the most part, spiritual awakenings are triggered by dark night of souls. And I'm going to tell you right now, a dark night of souls is basically this entire spiritual depression. Okay, that's as close to simplified as I can put it. But it's basically like this entire existential crisis in which you feel disconnected from the divine. You don't know what your purpose is. You don't know why you're on earth. Like, it's just this whole, like, it really is a spiritual depression. Like, in some cases, it could be so deep. Like, I know, in trigger warning, you know, just straight up, like, I'm just being real about it. Like I said, this whole video is me being real, putting you guys up on game so that y'all know what's actually going on versus the fluff that they try to feed you about spiritual awakenings and ascensions. But when I was going through my dark night of souls, and I think tonight I am supposed to be filming an entire video about how I went through my dark night of souls, but I was super depressed. Like, and it's like a suicidal depression. Like, it's something serious. Like, it's dark. You're in a super dark place, and that's when, you know, they basically break you down to build you up, and that's where it is. Like, you're at the bottom, like, you are so low that you don't know where else to go. And when the spiritual awakening is happening, it's like a lifeline to you. So that's what it is. But most of the time, spiritual awakenings are triggered by dark night of souls, and that's not a good kind process. That process is crazy. That process is stress. Plus, another thing that they don't tell you about, even if you don't have a dark night of souls that triggers your spiritual awakening, the process of ascending and all of that is not just the go to sleep, wake up process. It's literally, you're having to do the dirty, grimy work to heal yourself, to be a better person. You're having to deal with past traumas, i.e. doing inner child work, or facing your shadow self, doing shadow work, getting to the root of what is holding you back so that you can shed. Like, it's like you're tearing those parts like, you know, out of you so that you can be a happier being. And that is a messy process. That's not, you know, like, think of it like a butterfly in a cocoon. It's not like he wakes up one day, oh, I'm a butterfly. It's literally a caterpillar in a cocoon and transformed into a butterfly, and he has to tear his way out of a cocoon. Like, he's literally physically, like, clawing his way out. And that's what a spiritual awakening is. It's not this whole, oh, I woke up one day and I feel so better. I feel so much better. Like, that's not what it is. That's not realistic. So that's just me putting you guys up on the game. The third thing that I hate that they really don't talk to you about is how emotional you are afterwards. And I can talk a lot about this as well. I'm not going to, but I found out that I am an empath. In general, an empath is somebody who can pick up on other people's energies. There's different empaths. I'm not going to get into that. If you would like, I will do an entire video dedicated to the different types of empaths. But it's basically somebody who picks up on someone's energy so strongly that it almost appears as if it is their energy. So, for instance, I can walk into a room and my mom is upset, and then all of a sudden I'm upset, and I don't know why I'm upset, because I had a great day, I was happy and all that, and realistically I'm picking up on her energy. So there's that. So you have to be aware of that. Also, with the whole point of spiritual awakenings is that you become I won't say the whole point, but you become a happier person in general. And it makes, with everything opening up, your senses are like on 100, okay? You're so sensitive to everything. Like, colors are more vivid. Everything is just brighter. Like, your senses are like on 100, okay? But it's the same of the opposite. Like, when you're happy, you're ecstatic. You are thriving. You are happy. But when you are upset, it hits you like a gut. Like, you feel pain so deeply. Like, it's almost like a stab. And I will be honest with you, certain things that I used to could brush off, like, you know, with the police brutality and all of that that's going on right now in the world. Whereas before I could kind of brush it off, and I know it sounds bad, but I used to I could detach myself from the situation and just be like, dang, that sucks. Like, of course I would feel it, but it was just like, that sucks. Where now, when something like that happens, it really is like, it hits to a different level. Like, I literally cry. I have to be extra protective of my energy, of my space, just because you are so sensitive to everything. You have to make sure that you're protecting your energy, your vibes. Like, I have never been somebody, I meditate several times a day, I listen to chakra music, and it's just because I am so sensitive to other people's energies, to even scrolling on social media, looking at other people's stuff. Their energies and the stuff that I'm seeing affects me in such a way that I have to be protective. So yes, nobody talks about the sensitivity, so that's why that is number 3 on my list. Number 4 is that you get access to information that other people don't have access to. And I love that because, once again, I have heavy Gemini in my chart. I'm a Gemini rising, and even my sun sign is actually in the house that is ruled by Gemini. So I have heavy Gemini placements, which is why I'm struggling so much recording this video, because it's Mercury retrograde right now. You get access to information, and I love information, but it may not be information that you necessarily want, or it may be super inconvenient to you. For instance, a celebrity most recently just died. I'm not going to put that out there because I don't want this to be that type of channel. But a celebrity just died, and I knew as soon as the celebrity died that it was a murder. It was considered an accident. It was a murder. Spirit guides told me it was a murder. Then I ended up finding out who supposedly had something to do with said murder. And it happened to be people who were the loudest with wanting to honor that person. And it just was like, it blew me, because it was like, you killed that person. Like, it's a lot, because this information, sometimes your spirit guides give you information that they feel like you need to know. And sometimes they give you information that you just want to know, to be honest with you. There's been several times that I asked my spirit guides, like, I don't, out of respect, I'm never invasive to anybody in my personal life. But I can't lie, there's been several times when it comes to celebrities or, certain things that I'm like, spirit guides, just let me know. For instance, I wanted to know if OJ did it. I ain't gonna answer and tell you what the spirit guides told me, but I wanted to know if OJ really did it, and they gave me an answer, and that's just it. So it's a blessing and a curse, but you're getting a lot of information, and you're having to decide what you want to do with that information. On top of that, with that information that you're getting information that most people probably don't know. It almost makes you feel like the conspiracy theorist, just because you know things that people don't know. So you begin to question everything. Like, you're not taking anything at face value anymore. So if somebody says the sky is blue, I'm like, let me consult my spirit guides, because that don't sound right. Like it really is like, you have access to that information. I'm sorry, they keep, like, I'm getting sparkles and all that stuff. But yeah, it really is like, it's his own thing. Like, you feel like a conspiracy theorist. It's something new. That's all I'll say. Something new. And the last thing on the list, number 5, is that being psychic is nothing like how it is in movies. Probably one of the biggest, I won't say disappointments, because I love my gifts. I actually have all the clairs in different degrees, with the exception of the one, the one clear tasting. I'm not even gonna try to say that word. I put it up on the screen, but I know I'm gonna butcher it, and y'all gonna laugh at me, and I'm gonna have to snap. And I just ain't even, we trying to be positive around here. We trying to uplift. We trying to give each other knowledge. So I ain't even gonna go there. But either way it goes, at a later point, I do plan on doing a video talking about all the clairs, talking about how to, my experience with them, how to develop them. But right now, I am just so like, my spiritual gifts are like me. They think they've grown. Can't nobody tell them what to do. And that's just it. Like they do their own thing. So once they get off punishment, once they learn how to act, that's when I'll bring you guys the video so that you guys can know how to develop your own gifts, how it or at least so that you know my personal experience with that, and hopefully it helps you, because everybody's gifts are different. Now, in saying that, saying that everybody's gifts are different, they are nothing like how they are portrayed on TV shows, on movies. When I was younger, I always wanted psychic gifts. Now, actually, I've had psychic gifts, of course, since I was younger, but I kind of ended up blocking. Something happened and I ended up blocking my gifts, and I did it on purpose, and now they're at a point where they're coming back. But certain gifts that popped up, like I've always been able to see and sense spirits. That was something that I could do even back then. But there were certain gifts that I didn't, like all the other clairs, like the clairvoyance, I never had actual visions. And right now I have actual visions, like clairvoyance is with the seeing the visions. Now, I always wanted to have visions and to see the future in straight That's So Raven style. But that's just not how they come through right now. Right now, I am definitely somebody who gets clairvoyance. Like, I get images, I get symbols, that type of thing. So I may be giving a reading and all of a sudden I see the color green. And I'm like, what is green supposed to be doing? What does green got to do with this? Like, what is green got to do? Or I be giving a reading and then all of a sudden I see a tiger and it's like, do you have a pet tiger? Like it, the way that visions are with the symbols, like I said, it's not the movie thing that you see a whole movie in your head and it's like, oh, this is gonna happen on this date at this time, or you even get the context. Right now, my spiritual gifts are very symbolic, so I have to literally like meditate on it and try to figure out what is going on. What does that mean? Spirit guys, please send me another sign to let me know what the sign y'all already sent me meant, because I don't know what this white room that I just saw, I don't know what that I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And that's how spiritual gifts are. Another example, clairaudience, which is hearing, is when you're hearing spirits, or you're hearing the spirit realm, or you're hearing information. That's what I'll say. You're hearing information from another realm that other people may not hear. That comes through in your own voice. Now, I will say some people do say that they hear certain things in other people's voices, but for me, it comes through in my own voice. So how am I supposed to distinguish that from a thought? I just like I said, I love it. Once I get it down pat, once I get all the details, once I figure it out, child, I'm gonna put a video so I can help you guys figure it out. But yes, the metaphysical abilities, the whole thing with the metaphysics and all that is not like how it is on TV shows. So you really have to do your own research to figure out how they actually are versus how you think they're going to be. You have to be really open-minded when it comes to your abilities, because even though I'm telling you how mine comes through, it may come through for you in an entirely different way. So it's definitely a learning process. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and give me that subscribe, because obviously you like me, you really like me. And if you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and give me the like, because I entertained you for I don't know how many minutes this video is, but I entertained you / dropped all these gems of knowledge on you, and so I think I deserve a like. I mean, I can tell you what to do because you're grown, but I think I deserve a like. So that is all that I have for you guys. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.